Today we are going to learn about how things change. In this, we will be learning mainly about first, reversible change and irreversible change. Second, change due to expansion and contraction. Third, physical change and chemical change. So let's start with the first topic in this chapter, that is reversible and irreversible change. Before starting, I want you to keep two rectangular papers and a scissor with you. Now, take a paper and fold it as many times as you can. Did you fold it? Good. Now, unfold that paper again. What did you get? Is the size of paper got reduced or shape of the rectangular paper changed to circular? No, right? This means that the paper came to its original shape and size. No change happened after unfolding that paper, right? So, paper shape and size got reversed into its original one. We have reversed the shape and the size of the paper again. Another example is balloon. When you blow a balloon, its size increases and shape changes. But what happens when you take out the air? When you remove the air from it, what did you observe? Right, the balloon size and the shape become same as it was before. When shape, size, color and composition can be converted to its original form, this type of change is called reversible change, because here the shape, size, etc. are getting reversed into original form. Think of more examples and write in your books. Now, do you remember you have second rectangular paper? Don't throw it. Now take that paper and cut that paper into half by scissor very carefully. Now, what did you get it? You got two equal size paper. Now, can you make this cut paper again as it was before? No, right? Because it cannot be reversed now. By applying sellotape or glue also, we can't get as it was. Now the change where you can't get the original shape, size, composition of any material, that change is known as irreversible change, where you can't convert it back to original form. Another example is from your kitchen, when your mom mixes water and flour to make a dough or later chapati. Now, when she makes a chapati, then can she take out water and flour separate from the chapati again? No, right? So this is also an example of irreversible change. Now, before jumping to the next topic, we'll learn about two words. The first word is expansion and the second word is, yes, contraction. These two are opposite of each other. Word expansion is used when something is expanding. That means something is increasing in size. An increase in size of something, that is the expansion. And size increases when volume gets increased. The best example of it will be hot air balloon. Do you know the big balloons in which people will sit and that balloon will go into the sky? Yes, that is called hot air balloon. When hot air balloon is to be lifted, it is blown by increasing the temperature. By increasing the temperature, its volume also gets increased and this causes expansion. Another example is when you bake a cake, the cake expands because the CO2 gas gets produced inside the dough. The CO2 gets produced inside the dough, due to which dough gets expanded and becomes a cake. Expansion can be reversible, like in balloon, or it can be irreversible, like in the cake, because you can't convert the cake again into the dough, right? Like you can't take out flour and water from the chapati. This is also an example of irreversible change. When you bake a dough, you have to increase the temperature, otherwise you can't bake a cake. When dough is kept under high temperature, it gets expand because of high temperature around it. Now, here is a question for you to think. Metals expand on heating, but when you heat rubber, it contracts. Why? Now I told you that expansion and contraction, these two are opposites. Now, can you guess what contraction means? Yes, you're right. Contraction means when something is getting reduced in size or getting contracted or decreasing in size. This happens when volume of that thing is getting reduced or volume decreases, right? That time contraction happens. Like when hot air balloon that we use to lift it up in the sky, we increase the temperature. But what we will do to land it down on the ground? Yes, we have to decrease the temperature. When we will decrease the temperature, it will cause contraction and the balloon will land on the ground. Now, did you understand the difference between expansion and contraction? Try to write down more examples of contraction and more examples of expansion. Now, we came to our last topic, that is physical and chemical change. Before beginning this, let's know what is physical and chemical change. Before that, what is physical? Physical is about shape, size, color that we can see through our naked eyes. Of anything like an object, a chair, a table, we see it. Chair is having a different shape, table is having a different shape, chair is having a different color, table is having a different color. So, physical change is the change that happens in shape of an object, or size of an object, or color of an object. Why? Chemical is about chemical composition in it. Like chocolate is made up of cocoa powder, milk, cream, etc. So the composition of the chocolate is milk, cream, cocoa powder, etc. Right? So when there will be change in the composition, that is called chemical change. Like an apple. When you keep an apple for more than 1 week, the chemical composition in the apple gets changed. The color of the apple gets changed. The size gets reduced. And the taste also gets changed. So, chemical change is the change that happens in the chemical composition of an object. Let's go in detail of physical change. Physical change is the change that happens in physical properties of an object, like change in shape, size or color. This change is reversible, like folding a paper where shape is getting changed, size is getting changed, but paper is same as it was before. Another is stretching a rubber. When you stretch a rubber, size is getting changed and the shape is getting changed, but rubber is nothing but a rubber only. So this is a physical change where the size, color, shape, nothing is going to change. You are not going to get a different product. You are not going to get a different thing. It will be rubber as it is. This is called physical change where no new things is getting formed. Some example of it are blowing a balloon, stretching a rubber, folding a paper, right? Now, chemical change. Chemical change is totally opposite to physical change. Here, chemical composition of an object changes. Here, things get changed into new substance. It is irreversible change. This means you can't get the original substance back. Like when you burn a paper, can you get the same paper from it again? No, right? That means the chemical composition of a paper got changed, and now paper got changed into ashes. Here, the burnt paper cannot be converted into original paper again. That's why this change is an irreversible change. Here, no new substance is going to formed. So I hope you all understood about the irreversible change, reversible change, expansion, contraction, and physical and chemical change. So let's revise it first once again. Reversible change is the change that can be reversed and can get the same material back again, like blowing a balloon or folding a paper. Irreversible change is the change that cannot be reversed and we cannot get the same material back again, like burning or cutting a paper. Expansion is when the temperature increases, then the volume increases, and ultimately the size of an object increases, which results in expansion, like baking a cake. Contraction is the phenomena where when we decrease the temperature, the volume also get decreased and the size of an object also get decreased. That is the landing of hot air balloon by decreasing the temperature. Physical change now is the change that happens in shape of an object, size of an object, or color of an object. Example is stretching a rubber band or blowing a balloon. While chemical change is the change that happens in chemical composition of an object, like burning a paper or baking a cake. I hope you have understood. So watch the video again if you have not understood this. Watch it carefully, point out the keywords and try to memorize the things. Thank you.
Hey guys, I hope you have learned something today. If yes, then click the like button below, comment below, share this video with amazing learners like you, subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so whenever I upload any video, you will be notified. Thank you.